welcome to the recital. We're just about ready to get started, so I wanted to welcome everyone. I'm so glad to see so many of you here. I think that there's several of you that are hopefully know some of the other students. I would love for you guys to go ahead and put in the chat bar, if you can see where that's at. If you play around, you'll find the settings or whatever. I think it's under participants, or maybe it's beside it. Depends on if you're on the computer or an iPad or a phone. But anyways, we do have a chat bar. And so you can go ahead and you can go ahead and chat with each other. That's where we'll go ahead and do the like the applause because I don't really want you guys unmuting yourself or starting your video in the middle of the recital. So that is the plan for that. Please go ahead and chat and let me know if you can hear me. Somebody said they cannot hear me, so it would be good to know. Okay, so Fran hears me, that's good. It can get interesting with these meetings. Sometimes they do funny things. So, but like I said, if you could just leave your audio on mute and your video turned off, that would be awesome, so that you're not interrupting any performances of the students. So just the students will unmute and turn their video on when it's time to play, and that'll be good. All right, so let me pull up my notes here so I can keep track of what I'm doing. So most of you may know Vibrant Violin is my private online violin studio. So I took my studio online in summer of 2017, so just this year. And because we were moving, and that's what worked out best. So anyways, we've been doing online lessons since about June of this year. And all of these students that you're going to hear today have been studying with me on the internet, just like this meeting that we're in today. Like I said a minute ago, I would love for you to go ahead and comment in the chat box who invited you or how you heard about this recital today. That would be really fun for everybody to know. So go ahead and chat over there. Like I said too, when somebody's done performing, we can't really clap for them because we're muted. So go ahead and put the your clapping emojis or whatever into the comments, and you can actually type a private message to somebody over there if you would rather not put it for everybody to see. So hopefully you can see how all of that works. All right, and then so I think we are ready to get started. I know we're a couple minutes late. I had a couple students that had a little bit of trouble joining today's meeting. So anyways, that's part of the reason that we were running late. But let's go ahead and get started with Andrew. Andrew is a very enthusiastic student, and he practices super well, and he is always requesting songs that are his favorite pop songs or Disney songs or whatever. So it's a lot of fun to teach him, and he's a very faithful practicer. He's been one of my students since about 2014, I think. So we've been together for a few years, and Andrew is going to play today the Sights Concerto number 5, the first movement of that. All right, Andrew, go ahead and unmute yourself, and let's hear you perform. Excellent job, Andrew. Thank you so much for sharing that with us today. Next up, we have Zach Capelkin. So if you could go ahead and get ready to play, Zach, that would be excellent. Go ahead and unmute yourself and turn your video on while I introduce you. Zach is quite young and he's a very eager learner. He's a lot of fun to teach. He's very cheerful in lessons. He's very sharp. He picks everything up really quick. And he's very responsive in lessons, which I really appreciate, especially with the online teaching, because it's like, wait, did you hear what I said? So anyways, I enjoy Zach a lot. He's been taking lessons with me for about 3 years, I think. So he is going to play a traditional piece for you today called Arali. Go ahead, Zach.
I'm done.
All right, good job, Zach. Thank you so much for sharing that with us today. That was a great job you did there. Next up, we have Catherine Whitley. You can go ahead and get ready, Catherine. Catherine is a very determined adult beginner. Her perseverance is a big inspiration to all of us in my violin study group that we have. She is just trying hard and she's overcome so many obstacles. So we're all pretty proud of her and very excited to hear you today, Catherine. She's actually a student of another teacher because she takes viola lessons with her and I don't teach viola, but she is part of my study group. So she studies with me a little bit, but not quite as much as some of the others. Today she's gonna play Daydream Believer by Stewart. Go ahead, Catherine. Good job, Catherine. Thank you for playing for us. Next up, we're gonna have Nadia. She is a passionate adult learner. She's very faithful to pursue her violin in spite of being very busy. She works 2 jobs and she's just always on the go, and we have to be flexible when we have our lessons because she's so busy. So anyways, she plays in her church orchestra a lot, and she's always willing to push herself out of her comfort zone for the sake of learning. So I appreciate that about her. She's been studying with me for about 3 years, I think. So anyways, she's gonna play today the Gavotte by Becker from Suzuki Book 3. Go ahead, Nadia. Very nice performance, Nadia. Thank you. And next up, we have Margaret Capelkin. If you can go ahead and get ready, Margaret, that would be good. Margaret has a very sweet and quiet personality, but she is always willing to do anything I ask her to do. She's careful to understand and quick to pick things up. And she's been taking piano lessons with me for about 2 years now. And she's going to play Star Quest by Philip Kevrin. Go ahead, Margaret. Nice job, Margaret. Thank you. I forgot to mention at the beginning that I used to teach piano, and that's why we have a couple of piano students thrown in here. I know I advertised this kind of as a violin recital, but I did I used to teach a lot of piano. I'm not taking any new piano students anymore, just violin, but I still have a few students from when I used to teach a lot. So next up we have Eddie Smith. And Eddie's from Kentucky. He's a newer student to me and an adult beginner also. He's super friendly. We have tons of fun in lessons. We laugh a lot together, and he is just up to any task. He's willing to work really hard. He's quick to pick stuff up. And I have to say he's very ambitious. And because of that, I know he's gonna learn quickly. He's just really willing to put the work in that it takes to learn how to play such a difficult instrument. So he's going to play for us today, The March by J.S. Bach. Thank you, Eddie. Good job on that. Next up, we have Alyssa Harbo. She is another piano student, and she has been taking lessons with me for a couple years. And she practices quite well and picks up new concepts quickly. She's careful to understand what I say before she goes to do it. Sometimes she thinks it through very carefully, and I kind of appreciate that. And anyways, so she loves playing musical pieces. Every time she picks out a recital piece, it's like this beautiful, just emotional piece. And she's good at picking those. And she does a good job playing them too. Today, she's gonna play the Colorful Sonatina. It's 3 movements of contrasting styles. So you'll hear her switch. It'll sound like she's playing 3 different songs, but it's all connected together as one piece. So Alyssa, go ahead. Good job, Alyssa. Thank you so much. That was kind of a long piece, actually. You did a very good job on that. Next up, we have Fran Solomon. Fran is from California, and actually Fran, and then we're gonna have Wayne right after her. And these two students used to take lessons, group lessons with me together on the internet. Fran's from California and Wayne's from Arkansas. So anyways, Fran is very inspiring to me as a teacher because she gets so much joy out of the music. Sometimes when we're having lessons, I tell her play 2 lines and then she plays the whole song because she gets carried away having so much fun. So we have a lot of fun in lessons. She also takes careful notes, which I really appreciate. She wants to pay attention to the details and make sure she's practicing right. She's been my student since 2016, the very beginning of 2016, and she's going to play Turkish March for you by Beethoven. Go ahead, Fran. Excellent work, Fran. Thank you for playing for us today. Next up, we have Wayne McNeil. Like I just said, he's from Arkansas, and he's been taking lessons with me for a little over a year, I think. Wayne is like, you can ask anybody in our violin study group, and they will say Wayne is a supportive member of the study group. He is always, he's always there to show up for himself and for everyone else in the group. And on Instagram too, we do a 100 days of practice challenge on Instagram, and he's just, everybody in the challenge, which is worldwide, knows Wayne, I think, because he's just always there for everybody. And he's just a really hardworking student. And anyways, so he's going to play Scheherazade for you by Rimsky-Korsakov. Go ahead, Wayne. Excellent job, Wayne. Thank you so much for that. So Wayne was going to be last on the program. I hadn't planned to play anything, but as I was making the program and I was getting ready today, I was like, you know what? I should just play something. So this is a piece that I did work on quite a bit this quarter. And so I thought I'd go ahead and play for you. So it's kind of an extra. I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't planning to, but I thought I would. So here is Meditation from Thais by Massenet.